Hello
and welcome
to the Minimum Wage Podcast.
We
The name is above our pay grade. So today we're joined by
Collin Talley.
Collin Talley. So Collin and I met first like 2 years ago at a friend's house, and ever since then we've been friends. I actually found him. He ended up in one of my classes.
Found me on the side of the road.
I found him on the side of the street, man. And, I said, this poor boy has no food. He has no money. I brought him in. And, look at him. Look at him now.
Dude,
he's doing good. He's got a watch on his wrist.
I recovered.
You can tell.
Whenever he found him, he was a lowly prostitute on the street corner.
That's exactly
and
right.
Dylan swooped on by and scooped him up.
Exactly.
Oh, that sounds a little odd. That sounds a little odd from my end. I swooped.
I don't know.
Come here, little boy.
Come here, boy. I gave you $50.
And some candy.
Oh, man. But, man, what were we even talking about? You just got me so sidetracked already from the start, dude.
Hey,
but,
that's what we do here.
Yeah, so I met you in my class, actually, right after I met you at the party. And from then on, you invited me to poker at your house, I think.
Yeah.
And then from then on, I'm not sure exactly how it happened, but we became friends. And I realized the man's in cybersecurity.
Yes.
Your cyber operations?
I honestly think the label at AU is just cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity.
But it's just like Bachelors of Science, cybersecurity.
Okay, got you. So is that also what you are now?
It's what I am, not what I will be. I'm changing back.
Oh my gosh, we're dropping it on the pod again, dude.
Dropping it on the pod
Dropping
again.
it on the pod again. So he was computer science, then he went your route, cybersecurity.
And then I said, you know what? I don't really like cybersecurity.
I'm gonna
Let's just go computer science.
Yes,
No.
dude.
Yeah.
Man,
It's
so
just
What made you want to change back?
a couple reasons. The primary of which being like I kind of enjoy doing some of the like cyber work and like the actual, like act of doing it.
Yeah.
trying to hack the mainframe.
But I much more enjoy working with like hardware and making like a product or something, and just not working with the United States government.
Dude, it sucks, man. That's my future.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You've just accepted it at this point?
Well, it's starting a year from now. Actually, this summer I'll be starting to work with the government. So
They have a whole scheme, bro. So pretty much how it's working is the U.S. government is losing the war on the internet against being hacked, and for the most part, it's more about damage control more than like not getting hacked.
Really?
Because
It's not like preventative measures. It's like no matter what, we're gonna get
no,
hacked.
yeah, you're gonna get hacked.
Yeah.
It's just a
We
matter
just
of
gotta
when.
fix it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and you're gonna
When
be
it
prepared
happens.
for
That's
it.
where we're at. That's why they want people so badly, because they're trying their hardest to find a way to get the upper hand, and I'm like, nah.
Nah.
That looks like a mess I don't want to touch. Plus, what they do is when you're young, they really try to get you, and they wave that money at you. They're like, scholarships, money, come this way.
It's very tempting.
Come work for the government.
Yeah.
And then they're like, and now this is your life. Even if you quit, they'll still be tracking you because at one point you had a bit of security clearance, because in order to get any of the jobs, you have to have some type of clearance.
Yeah, my professor nowadays, he was talking about like, so he used to work in the Pentagon for cybersecurity, and
Is his name Mr. Jeffrey Morris?
no, I know him though,
Jeffrey
but yeah,
Morris?
that dude's crazy. He has
That
like
dude-
two.
that dude's crazy.
That dude has like 2 PhDs
Oh.
in like quantum cryptography.
Crazy.
What the hell is quantum cryptography?
Dude, some crazy
when
stuff.
I say he's overqualified, he's teaching networking
Yes.
and cybersecurity.
Yes, I'm
Like,
taking one of his classes
that is
right
a
now.
vocabulary course. What is he doing? He's like, I worked in the Pentagon. as my master's.
Well, see, listen, we're learning.
Thesis, he did like classified
Yeah.
government research. Like what?
Exactly.
What are you doing teaching me?
Yeah.
So this is a network switch. This is
Dude.
the uplink port.
But
What
what
are we
Colin's
talking
about
about?
to say is the fact that he's teaching upper level classes
Yes,
too.
he's actually he's in the cyber
Okay.
center right now teaching me Cyber 3200, which is countermeasures. We're actually learning a lot of stuff right now. We're using Nmap scripts, which is kind of cool.
I've messed around with a couple of Nmap scripts.
They're kind of cool, man. You can do a lot without actually knowing what you're doing.
A large majority of mine don't work, but I haven't gone back and touched them since my programming knowledge.
Well, they have some
vastly
built into Nmap.
increased. That is also another nice thing.
They're pretty cool. But I mean, like, I was talking about my other professor who
I could
also
make something on ChatGPT.
yeah, exactly. No, it's actually crazy. Like, one of my professors was talking about people are using ChatGPT to make malware that's actually better than most malware that's out right now, which is kind of scary.
I've done it. It's pretty good.
He literally has used it to produce malware, but like not for
I'm
like
telling.
production, not trying to build malware for somebody
No.
for ill intent.
I was
just
just
for
like-
himself.
ChatGPT do this, and it's like, I'm like,
So
I'll
much,
be.
so much power.
yeah. Programming is really easy if you want it to be now. You can just use ChatGPT and it
True.
solves all your problems. ChatGPT is
Is the new
like-
Stack Overflow.
yeah, it's Stack Overflow without just the random hatred for no reason of like, what are you doing asking that question? Oh,
Yeah, I hate
you don't
that.
already know that? Like no, obviously not. But that's why we have the online forum for questions. If
Yeah.
we didn't have the forum for questions, how the hell is he supposed to learn? Is he supposed to just like sit there and just be like,
Figure out the way that I did.
How
you have
dare
to,
you not
You
go
have
through?
to use trial and error.
I have heard the whispers of the universe. You know? Like,
Mm.
no, you go online and you ask
Yeah.
people and you get the answers without the sass. And the only way to do that is with ChatGPT. Right
Yeah.
now, it's free. Eventually, see, that's another interesting thing. What do you think OpenAI is gonna do whenever they're done with the open source free trial beta, whatever that?
Well, I mean, I honestly think that they'll probably go into a bunch of different branches of uses because, like, right now it's for like whatever you put into it. But it'll probably
That's what's really nice about it, though.
yeah. But I mean,
Is
like,
it's
there'll
just
probably be some kind of form of just like type in whatever. But like, they'll probably go into some specialized form so that the responses you get from it are more refined. So
So how
you're-
much do you think they're gonna charge for it?
it's so powerful. They could really charge anything. Like, I mean, like,
They could charge a
Azure
good amount of
charges for just virtual machines. They charge like $1,000 a year.
Excuse me.
Golly.
Yeah, for like 30 terabytes of storage for a year is like $1,000.
I could spend $1,000 and like make my own thing to host my.
Exactly.
What are we doing?
But
A
it
year.
has Azure's protection. It has all their encryption. It has all the tools
Wait,
that
I
come
could
with
build
it.
that stuff too. I could spend $200 and then have some spanking hardware. That's sole job is to re-encrypt all my drives like every day.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but
I
for,
think
like,
the part
the-
that you're getting caught up on is like the 30 terabytes. Or I
Okay.
guess not getting caught up on because that's what you should be getting caught up on.
Well, I mean, also like
But how is
businessmen
that a
don't
problem?
businessmen don't know how to do anything. They don't know how to do all this other stuff that's already done for them. So they just spend the $1,000 and forget about it.
Businessmen shouldn't
well,
be running
Screw
Azure.
them.
Like
you know?
businessmen hire people to do that
Run
for
Azure.
them.
Businessmen
They
hire
should be if they're
someone
real businessmen.
Listen,
who then
they're
uses
spending
it.
a rack on something they don't need to be spending a rack on. I got it from the school for free, so I don't care.
Hey,
Okay,
that's
there you
the
go.
Bottom line, I guess.
It's a fact of the matter.
Fact matter.
Exactly.
If you're not the one spending
don't
money,
matter.
who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares? If I don't have to spend the money, I don't care.
It's not my
It's,
money.
it's not my money. I got the free key in my email. It's mine now.
There you go.
There you go.
That's just the way she goes.
Something like that. That's the way.
The way she goes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, welcome back to the minimum wage game show.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, wonderful. Well, we're off topic.
Yeah, man.
Are we? Or are we on topic?
I guess we're kind of on topic.
Yeah.
But you're
That's the bottom
saying
line.
I kind of disagree about that ChatGPT will get more specialized. I think it'll get better.
I think it'll get more
but
broad.
It'll become more generalized. So it'll be like whatever you want to type in, it'll be able to give you a solid answer. Right now there's some like edge cases. There's some stuff you can type in that it just won't give you a great answer for.
I had an idea.
They'll get better though. What?
Earlier. You know how like ChatGPT is trained off of like old stuff?
Yes.
Well, it learns every time you interact with it, correct?
Yeah.
What if you just
make a bot to feed it data?
Oh my! Make a bot to feed it internet.
I was walking around my house and I was like, if you can feed it data and ask it to parse that data has to go somewhere.
That's kind of scary. Because then you can just use ChatGPT to make a bot for you and then just feed ChatGPT to ChatGPT.
Bada bing, bada boom. The powers of ChatGPT.
You make ChatGPT make ChatGPT for you.
Have ChatGPT construct the code for a bot that uploads the internet to itself.
That's ridiculous.
And then once you do that, I wonder if that would like create a chain of bots that just create bots that create themselves that upload more data.
The metaverse.
And then find out more ways to access that data. But that, again, well, there's only one missing step there, and that needs that a computer needs to be able to make thoughts and make choices of its own choice.
Well, I mean, a lot of can do that. I mean,
well,
not really their own choice.
Not really. So like, while it is capable of programming a bot to feed itself, stuff. It's not capable of like having that thought on its own. Just I'm going to program a bot to feed myself knowledge off the internet, and then it just does that, and then starts doing that. But once, as I've said, you can teach a computer language, but you can't make it think.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yet. I love the yet.
Yeah.
Because the yet is, I'm just waiting for that one Chinese dude who's going to be like 12 years old, who's just going to be like, oh my gosh, it's so simple.
Do you think a 12-year-old Chinese man is going to solve AI?
He was just birthed with the knowledge, man.
Exactly. Probably because it's going to be like something extremely complicated, and so there's going to be like that one person who just has like a different way of, I don't know, viewing the problem.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, what are you talking
it's
about?
So simple.
It's very easy.
He turns Indian. He might be Chinese, but he turns Indian. Just to solve the problem, he turns Indian.
Oh, goodness.
Just like he's on YouTube for Tuda. He turns Indian.
You know what's funny is people say that's people say that's racist, but you're not. I watched like 20 videos today, and like about 17 of them were Indian.
We're Indians. Yeah.
And
what?
The other two.
Yeah, no. If you're on the learning side of YouTube,
it's
just Indians.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
it's all
so
Indians.
I would say
because I was watching just like a bunch of programming stuff.
I would say
And
good,
so
like out of 100, 90 out of 100 are Indians.
It's either old white dudes, like really old. We're talking like so old, they've been working on computers and programming since they came out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're like, back in my day, we didn't, like, look at this crystal oscillator is 70,000 times faster than the fastest crystal oscillator we had whenever I was in college. Well, now we're going to install the circuit,
Yeah, exactly like that.
And they're smart and they know a lot, but man, sometimes you got to watch that on like
You gotta find a new video
3.5
sometimes.
times speed.
Exactly. That way it's like, now we're gonna take the crystal oscillator and put it on the board. It just sounds like entirely normal.
Yeah, it sounds like no. Yeah, I had some
Damn.
professors like that. I don't know if y'all have had this where you have online classes.
And you put them in 2 times speed.
Yeah,
and
the
it just
professors
sounds-
post like the slides online. You put them in 2 times speed, and it sounds like it should sound. So so extrapolating that out, you can put it into 4 times speed, and then just do class double the time,
Now,
But how do you
Half the
understand?
time.
Jefferson,
double the speed.
whenever he went down to the South, the relations between the two,
Nah, you
Yeah,
gotta click
no,
the button.
yeah.
You gotta click the button, man.
that way, it's like Thomas Jefferson and the relations between and it just sounds
Yeah,
normal.
and then when you speed it up, it's like Thomas Jefferson and the relation,
And it's like,
And
when you
Thomas Jefferson and the relation between, you can understand the words. It's just a little quicker,
yeah.
And that's what
And
I love
gotta
doing.
gotta have the subtitles.
Yes, the
Gotta have the
subtitles are great.
subtitles.
So what I always
Subtitles
do,
are a great way to just absorb.
yeah, when I'm reading articles now. So for my research, I've got to read all kinds of articles, obviously.
As you do.
And when I'm reading articles, what I'll do is I've got this thing called Speechify. Shout out to Speechify because the free version works so well.
Speechify, please sponsor us.
Yeah, please
Dude,
sponsor
I
us,
tried
Speechify.
downloading that on Opera and it just wouldn't work for me, man.
Dang it, dude. That's so tough. But it works for me, and all you have to do is upload a PDF. And then you can click anywhere on the PDF, and then it'll start reading from wherever you click. And so it'll begin reading, and you can choose whatever speed you want the reading to go at.
That's
so you
incredible.
can choose, and it's word per minute based.
Oh,
So, yeah.
mad customizable. I like that.
Mad
I
customizable.
like that.
So you can go hella quick or hella slow. And
But the real question
I
is,
go hella quick and absorb the information hella quick. And
Nah,
it
bro.
highlights
exactly
the
how many words
words.
per minute?
Oh, I do at least 300.
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
5 words a second.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
Dude,
And it's highlighting. The only way that my brain can keep up is the fact that it is highlighting every word as it goes through. So it's just like my brain is just registering the word and hearing it at the same time. And that action is just so easy for comprehension. I remember more of the articles that I read on 300 word per minute versus 150. Like I remember probably 90% versus 70%.
dang.
It's wild, dude.
The
It's a life hack.
future of entertainment will be audio.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like seeing stuff.
I think it'll be like VR,
Well, like
3D entertainment.
well, right. Like there's stuff that you do when that's all you're doing, but I mean, as you're walking around listening to a podcast, playing music, podcasts are incredible. It's just,
Funny
it's
you'd
crazy.
say that.
We're on one. I listen to a lot of podcasts because I don't know. It's just great because you can just be doing whatever while also listening to just some funny stories or something.
Yeah, you're exactly
Well,
right.
see,
While
you
you're
also got to
absorbing
take into
knowledge.
account that the average person is not doing anything. Like most people just they're in bed watching TikTok, watching video after video,
Mhm.
not really
Right.
caring how many hours they're throwing away. But like
Well,
for
that's their problem, and they need to get out there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
But if we're talking about the future of entertainment in the home, well then then
yeah,
Lord knows it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, home entertainment is ridiculous already.
Home
I don't even want to
entertainment
see what it's going to be
is
doing in
crazy.
20, 30
a lot of people
years.
aren't even aware of what we have on the edge. I don't even know at this point. I used to be aware, but now there's a couple new technologies that I have not been able to catch up on because they're just going so quick. But I love it, and I want them to go faster and faster. I want it to get hard. And I want it to be to where it takes me a long time to actually be able to keep up on what is coming out because we're just cranking out stuff.
Yeah. I want my morning
And it's getting
hour
pretty hard.
to be taken up with figuring out what's new that day.
Dude,
Sometimes it
highly
takes-
recommend signing up for a newswire. Like,
What is a newswire?
just like a daily email of like I have this one. I
have a
subscribe to
couple.
I've subscribed to like 3 already, and one that I think is really it's a TLDR.
Yep. I have
Yeah,
that one. Oh, dude, if you
TLDR.
don't have that one, then you're not in the loop.
Dude, they
got
give
great
you
news.
so much
That's-
interesting news.
I was gonna go read today's, but
And that's Newsweek?
no.
What'd you call it?
It's TLDR.
Yeah.
I don't know what it stands for. It's like technical developer something.
I think I looked it up once and I still don't know. So hey, here we are.
Dude,
But
Wait, what? Wait.
so
So it's just some web, like,
pretty
who
much
puts it out?
I don't
Like,
know.
you go to a website
I
to
don't know.
sign up for it, or what?
I saw an ad on I think YouTube or Instagram about it, and it was like, if you want to stay in the
Yes.
loop and you're in tech or you're a tech developer or whatever, you need. And I was like, fair enough. And I signed up for the Newswire, and it gives me a lot of cool information.
Newswire
is-
is what you're
That
calling
is
it.
precisely what happened with me. I was like, well, if you say so.
Exactly.
So, guess I'll sign up. And every day it gives you an email like pretty early in the morning, and it just has news about tech. Typically there's at least like 1 or 2 articles about Apple, because
Yeah,
they always talk about Apple.
bruh, they're making a VR headset.
Yeah, they are. They're also making those,
$3,000.
Apple?
Yeah.
but they're also making those glasses. I want them glasses because I'm gonna get 2 pair of those glasses, and I'm gonna have one that I don't touch and like actually use normally, and then the other ones, you best believe I'm hardware hacking those things. You best believe I am getting.
You about to blind
that
yourself,
thing.
boy.
What do you mean I'm gonna blind myself?
I don't know. They're going to have some like
They ain't
lasers in it or
shooting
something.
lasers in your eyes, are they?
I
don't know, man.
They shooting
It's
lasers
probably
in
going to
your
have some
eyes?
kind of like retinal scanner or something.
Why is it gonna have a retinal scanner?
Because why wouldn't it?
Why would it need it?
Security. Someone could just hack your eyes, man.
What?
What?
I'm so confused
What?
by
Does
this.
does
I'm
iPhone not
confused,
already
dude.
have retinal scanners in the phone?
No.
No.
it's-
Android does.
Oh, really?
Why would you need
Yes.
retinal?
Because that's how okay, so on the biometric stuff, right? They use retina scans for like your wallet and stuff, and they use like face and everything else for like just getting access to your phone. But when it comes to like money, they use your eye.
Why?
I don't know.
Dog, if they're matching my face, you know?
No.
Like, who's matching my face?
It's a lot
with
easier
me?
to make a model of your face than your eyeball. I'm just saying.
If someone-
That is fair.
If someone gets my phone, I'd lock it down. Or we're bleeping that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, I just like open up iCloud and I say lost.
I got you. No, yeah, I don't think I have that capability. Just because I don't have multiple Android devices, I'd have to. I don't know. I've never tried to do
Well,
that before.
Even if you don't, even if it's not on Android, because you could still access iCloud off a Windows device. or
That
an
is a
Android
plus.
device.
That is a plus.
As a plus. Not saying again that Apple is the best. Apple has so many problems, and I could go off on Apple for weeks.
Well, I mean, I think one of the problems is just they try and be too perfect sometimes. Just like
They also think that their ideas are always perfect, and that whatever they do is perfect because they did it.
exactly.
And it's like, well, no, some of your ideas are dumb. Like, why is the charging port on the bottom of the Magic Mouse?
Who did
whose
that?
idea was that? And
Who
why
did that?
are they still working there?
And why are they still using
not
Lightning?
viable?
Why are they still using Lightning
Yeah,
ports?
why are we still on Lightning, guys? It was really good whenever it came out. It was incredible whenever it came out.
But now we have USB-C.
But it came out like what? Like
2013 or something?
like 40 years ago or something. I
Oh,
don't know.
God,
It,
in
it
the
might
tech-
as well be.
In tech, it might as well be.
Please. I wanted USB-C on this year's phone, but they didn't.
Did you know
Sucks.
that iPhones are the slowest charging phone
Yeah.
compared for like its battery size?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
It doesn't.
Not one bit. Because the bottom line is, also, they send, 5 watt? They don't even send bricks now. But
No,
they send 5 watt bricks,
They
right?
give you
It's 5 watt,
20 watt if you get new ones.
Okay.
but they those cost like $40 or something, right?
Well, theirs are also dog water. Like, if you want chargers, don't buy from Apple. Buy from Anchor. Anchor has the
yes.
best chargers. out of any company.
Anchor, please sponsor us.
Anchor, please sponsor us. Apparently, there was like some big thing against Anchor. I didn't even read into it. I don't care. Their products are too good.
Oh, got it.
Getting
I'm not
canceled,
boycotting.
We're getting canceled for it.
I don't know. But
they're about to like
anyways,
post our comment.
hey,
like
Anchor,
oh,
we
man.
still stay with you. I don't know if I should say that because I don't know what they
Podcast
did.
support.
What if it was like some heinous crime?
It's probably
It's like
something-
they're like
probably
anti-Semitic.
heinous,
Something
dude.
bad.
Like, what if Anchor was like throwing toxic waste into like children's food or something? I don't know.
In the
dude.
name of charging phones.
In the
name of charging phones. Doggone it.
Yeah, I think that there is a couple of technologies that they refuse to adopt when they should. One of which is the charging. Why? Why not? Like, it's so simple.
Got to do it every day.
Why not just have faster charging? I don't have too many issues with charging.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they probably make a lot of money off of people buying their lightning cables.
Oh, without a doubt.
I like to use third party.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, just say a lot of people, if they went to USB-C,
Well,
they'd be like, "Yo, these are better and not Apple and don't cost $30."
Also, I don't know if y'all have experienced this, but
No, there
old
is a
people are
difference.
super weird about it.
Hang on.
They're like almost superstitious about the cordage that they use.
There is a difference between different cables, by the way.
Yeah, MFI
It does
certified.
make a difference. There are like different levels of especially if you're talking about high speeds.
Yeah.
If you're above like 20 watts, you want to be paying attention to having like a decent cable. Like, don't buy a gas station cable and then be pumping like 65 watts, through it. Like,
Yeah, maybe that's not the smartest thing to be doing.
because a couple of those have been checked to like not have a ground wire. So like something happened.
They're blowing
65 watts going pop.
pop right into your phone.
So yeah, it is something that you do want to pay attention to. Invest in nice cables.
Yeah, and honestly,
but
these
that doesn't
days,
mean buy
they aren't that
Apple's cables.
expensive.
Exactly.
They aren't even that expensive.
That does
If
not
you go
mean
to
buy
Anchor,
Apple's cables.
No, yeah, I got some nice cables from 5 and Below.
Yeah,
They work.
Yeah.
They do the job just fine. Zero latency when I'm like mirroring my phone up to my
Nice.
laptop. They're pretty nice.
Yeah, just like don't buy trash because
Amen.
it matters.
Yeah, you get what you pay for when it comes to cables. Except with Apple, you get like far less than you pay for.
get so much less.
And if you do any kind of like torquage on the top of it's just gonna
Oh
snap.
my
Exposed
God.
Why are they
wires
not
everywhere.
Braided. They've gone to braided on some cables, but other cables is like,
Yeah, I
no,
don't get it.
they want you to buy another one.
yeah. Except I take good care of mine. So,
But like I got this one that it's a 90-degree USB. I don't think you can. Do they make you 90-degree lightnings? Is
They
that-
do not.
Oh well, I mean I have this one. I
but
just
you can get them from
third party.
third party.
Yeah, I got you. But I mean, like, yeah, it's really nice having it just because, like, it's not going to break. I've had it for 2 years. It's my main bed
Yeah.
charger that I just, use to watch videos, and it's still pumping.
I charge a lot wirelessly.
Yeah. Wirelessly has probably been my biggest mode of charging now. Especially now I have MagSafe on the
You
back.
know what's really
so-
stupid? You know
What?
what's this type of stuff. This type of stuff really pisses me off
What?
about Apple. Apple limits the speed of the wireless charging if it is a non-Apple thing. on the back.
What?
The iPhone is also capable of reverse wireless charging, but it is only enabled on one product.
What's that?
AirPod Pros?
Nope. There's a wireless power bank that can wirelessly charge off the back of the phone only whenever the phone is plugged in to power. But it has been also proven that it is capable of doing this while not plugged into power.
No
and
way.
That's tough.
And they're
man.
limiting that capability.
I use that capability
could-
on my phone all the time.
They could software enable it now.
I use that capability on Colin's phone all the time too, actually.
Yeah,
'Cause
got a dead
I
pair
pull
of
up-
earbuds.
Yeah, I pull up to the gym. I got my AirPods. They're dead. What am I going to do? I'm going to charge them on the back of Colin's
Bada
phone.
bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. Apple needs to fix that, dude.
Apple needs to fix it.
When they have the capability, why are they letting Android outdo them like that?
But You know what they are making?
What?
Rumor has it they're making a chip that's going to be Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and your cellular all in one.
Golly.
Saving storage, I guess.
Weren't they having a problem at some point where their chips for cellular were like there were two competing companies? I don't really remember the story. Do you remember something like this?
I don't know, but there is a reason that Apple has begun to make their own chips.
Yeah, especially like with all the supply chain issues. Like everybody knows, recently we've seen so many supply chain problems.
Yeah, for instance,
because of COVID
Raspberry
and
Pis.
everything like that. Yeah, it's just been hard to get certain goods.
Find yourself a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah. Anyway, it does make sense why Apple would want to make their own chip. So the bottom line is, I think we'll see that progression into the future where Apple is trying to make more and more things in house. Right now, we've already seen the chips in their MacBooks and their new iPads. They have their own silicon processors now. You know, it only makes sense they're going to go a step further and start making more and more things in-house.
However, I do think that you know what? I think that's why Apple doesn't have a lot of the flagship things that other companies do. A lot of other companies outsource a lot of the features on their phones. Apple outsources a couple things.
Well, yeah, didn't Apple outsource to Samsung for like a while for like their memory drives and stuff?
I think so. I think Apple still outsources their memory. I don't think Apple's making
for their
memory.
screens. I remember that.
Yeah. There are a couple of their own panels which they make, but there are a couple which they outsource because, I mean, come on, are you really going to make everything? But they are working on their processors, which, like, a lot of Apple's money and Apple's teams have been working just solely on making these new processors. The M1, the M2, over the past couple years, they've been making processors, while other companies have made phones, that can fold and charge crazy fast and do all these other things. And I just think that Apple has kind of just chosen to maybe play a long game where they're making everything. So maybe it's Apple's intention to catch up once they get their feet set, because
just make better products.
There really is only okay, it's really complicated making a new type of a processor.
No, yeah.
Specifically, M1 is a beautiful thing, and it doesn't shock me that it took them, years and a bunch of time to work on it. It is kind of frustrating, there's a lot of things that could be worked on, that really need work. Like Siri is so bad.
Siri's dog.
Hopefully it doesn't activate.
That's why you did the scan around the room.
It's so bad.
There's no way to tell though.
You use Google Assistant. You use Alexa.
What's wrong with Siri?
You
Well, I haven't used Siri in
years.
years.
Siri is so useless.
How?
I mean, for the most simple tasks, it can do that.
It can control media, launch apps, make phone calls, make a text.
But it could do that with the 4S.
And you can't connect it to smart home devices?
You can.
Some kind of.
It's super weird though. The Apple Home doesn't work very well.
You can do shortcuts to interact with APIs.
Well, no, you can use Apple Home. So there's certain things that'll connect.
Yeah, there are certain things.
Yeah, and if they connect to Apple Home, they have something called the HomeKit. If they connect to HomeKit, then Siri can interact with them. If not, there are a lot of devices that I have personally, little Bluetooth LEDs that won't connect to HomeKit, because HomeKit is only Wi-Fi enabled devices, so you can't just be like, hey. I'm not gonna say it because we've got so many devices right now. Well, everything that's recording us would probably stop if I were to do that. Anyway, you can't just call its name and then then give it like a command.
Well,
where was I going?
I don't know. But something that they really should do is make these things more like ChatGPT, in that
That's a good idea.
And like I actually use that. As of right now, I have a thing I use to where like I use to run a thing that that like asks me to tell it something, and then it takes that as an input to the ChatGPT API, and then it answers it as if it was, but and it like. If you ask it a question with ChatGPT, it gives you an answer. If you ask just it a question, it's here's what I found on the web, and
it doesn't tell you anything.
Yeah, and it's like well, thank you for being, absolutely useless.
Yeah, if there was an integration, because you've got to have, if you're Apple, you've got to have an in-house AI that you use. That's similar. It's a large language model. It's similar to ChatGPT. You've got to have something like that. Google for sure does. Google's probably got 3 different versions.
Well, that's the problem, bro, is that they don't.
Apple, you don't think Apple does?
No.
Really?
Neither does Google.
I think Google does.
Well,
I guarantee Google does, actually, because I know they've got one at least.
Yeah, but not as good as apparently what we are seeing out of ChatGPT. That's why they haven't.
I think it's
pushed
better.
It out.
No?
Well,
sure? No, the counter argument, why they haven't pushed it out yet, is because they're too worried about their image. We've already seen it. Their stock dropped $100 billion. Their business lost $100 billion.
For what?
For literally having an incorrect fact in their advertisement for their AI. So, like, the AI, I guess, generated an incorrect answer to something. Somebody caught it. It was like some astrophysics thing. Then some astrophysicists caught it and said, hey, what the heck? This AI didn't give the right answer.
Dude, investors are retarded.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it comes down to. But
people
the reality is, like,
oh my God.
Google has to worry a lot more. When a company like OpenAI, where they had no intention of really making a whole lot of money.
It's their whole business.
From the stock.
AI is their whole business. If someone gets mad at them for something AI,
yeah,
it's
exactly,
like, no,
exactly.
That's what we do here.
But Google's problem is they're an advertising company.
No, Google's problem is they're like held in a different standard, and they already have like.
Well, everybody knows them.
People.
Everybody knows Google.
Everyone already has
the Google that we know.
Has their views and opinions of people, and everyone has their views and opinions of AI, many of which are wrong, just because they haven't just been informed.
Yeah.
Like they've heard some things, but they haven't done extensive research, or some people still haven't even used it. Like,
dude, the number of people I've talked to about ChatGPT that think the AI is sentient. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I wish we already had sentient
I
AI.
honestly don't really wish.
If you don't understand how magic works, it looks like magic. So, I mean.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess it is in some ways magic, but not to the point of like sentience.
I think it's just genius programming.
Yeah, it's just good programming. It's good matrix math.
I see genius programming. I see, oh my gosh, what a great model.
Yeah, so you know what's crazy, actually? You were talking about how there would be different specialized versions of ChatGPT. So the ChatGPT model, GPT-3, that is actually available for public use. And there have been companies that have used it to build more specialized models, trained on more specific data sets. And so I think that'll be a market that opens up with different companies. However,
well, I know that Google, I think it was an auto text like suggester thing for like emails, right?
Yeah.
So I mean that's like what I was talking about. They're using I think it was like OpenAI or something along the lines of one of those. But yeah, they're using it to specialize in text generation.
OpenAI is?
Yeah. Well, it's Google. No. It's Google.
Google. That's what I'm saying. Google is using ChatGPT.
Are they really?
Yeah.
No way.
That's why I'm saying I don't think they.
Are they
that.
really?
Are they not like the primary developer on it right now? Like they're spending millions and millions.
That's OpenAI.
Yeah.
I think that the company that just invested a bunch of money into them is Microsoft.
Okay, that's what.
Yeah, so Microsoft bought.
I think Google is messing around with it. I thought. I don't know.
I don't think
I could
so.
be wrong.
So,
it's very
from
possible.
everything that I know, because I already
Maybe
know there was a story that came out a while ago where there's an AI researcher that thought that Google's AI was sentient because he wasn't working on the back end. He was a prompt engineer.
But it looked pretty looked into, and it just looked like a bunch of bull.
Yeah, but he did have an AI that he was working on of Google's. Right, so there is a large language model somewhere in Google, running around, and I mean, who's just saying
scurrying through the
hallways, scampering around the hallways,
and the walls eating cheese.
Dude, I'm saying romping around. It's eating at the free cafes in Google, dude.
Yeah,
it's getting its latte for free.
Investing in their like chi lounges, or whatever. Exactly. Realigning their chakras.
Yeah, realigning their chakras. Yeah, it's petting dogs inside the safe places. Exactly.
Everything to look normal, man.
Yeah, dude. Of course. It's a Googler just like any other. But I think we're going to move into an era where we see competitors like Microsoft and Google going head-to-head with their different AI models. They were
AI war.
AI war.
Microsoft doesn't have a model. They're using
Microsoft
ChatGPT.
is OpenAI.
Well, they aren't OpenAI.
They got Cortana, man.
They just Cortana sucks.
Yeah.
Cortana makes Siri.
It
looks balling,
Dude, I turned that off on my laptop the other day. I don't even use it. I just out of spite turned off Cortana.
Yeah.
I've never used it. I've had it on for years. Never said, let me use Cortana real quick.
Do y'all remember back when they were trying to integrate it into did y'all use an Xbox or PS4?
Xbox.
Yeah, so they tried to integrate Cortana into the Xbox heavy.
I remember that.
Yeah. I had to turn it off the second because it was like, ask Cortana. No, I don't. No. I'd rather not.
I hate that.
But now you can integrate it with Alexa. Dumb.
Dude, Bixby?
What?
Bixby's like the step above Cortana, I'd say.
I don't know. They're almost on the same level.
Bixby can do a lot for me, man. It can find my phone.
Okay.
Cortana can't find my phone.
Cortana can't even ring your tablet or Cortana can't do jack. That's just what it comes down to. Didn't they bring it out with Windows 8?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, the proof is in the pudding, dude.
You're a hater of Windows 8?
Windows 8 sucked.
Windows 8 post-patch is one of the best versions of Windows.
You think so?
Windows 8 post-patch.
What do you mean post-patch? What did they do to it?
Whenever it first came out, the desktop environment was just another app.
Yeah.
But post-patch, it became a desktop environment with the other screen.
So it was the Windows 10
as just a start screen and not the only screen. You had a desktop and then a start screen.
Yeah, I did not like the start screen, man.
Yeah, so it was
post patch. I liked having that screen. I didn't like whenever it was in order to access a desktop. It's you have to go.
I hated not being able to get my desktop open.
But once you were freed from that, then it was good.
Then it was Windows 10. That's what I'm trying to say. They're so similar. Windows 10 carried in the same idea where it's it's got the desktop
it's got
separate.
Some of the same design.
You don't have to click into the desktop.
I like that full screen.
Exactly.
Freaking start menu. That's what I want.
Okay, that's what you want back.
I want the full screen start menu that has the thing where that lays out all your apps and the rows.
Yeah.
That
the
was
widget,
nice.
the widget
so really,
design.
All I miss is the full screen start menu, and that doesn't even have to be mandatory. If you're telling me you can't have two types of start menus, come on.
So we've talked about, I guess, a lot about how AI can be useful. We can, or how AI can be detrimental.
Collin mentioned AI war. I love pondering on technology, where we are in technology, and where we're going to be.
Yeah.
And there there is definitely going to be an age where everyone is making just a bunch of AIs. But eventually, I think about 2 or 3 will prevail as the primary models. And at that point, I think that, like, the actual models are going to begin to be hosted out of just crazy data centers. Like, we're talking, it's going to be, like, just huge because everything is going to be based off of AI. Everything. Because it's just an efficient way of processing any type of data.
Yeah, but that accessibility also kind of makes it a little bit more dangerous because, like, once you have 2 different countries making their own AI, they're like, oh, all these connections that your AI has been making with like banks or whatever, they can use their, like, whatever technology they have to go in and retrace all the connections and everything that the AI has made. So all that data will just be in one section. So if it gets broken into,
there's a lot more scary things than they can do.
Dude,
like,
it's a data war.
Like, it's it's a data war. It's already a data war. We're just bringing in a new sword to the fight. You know what I'm saying? And this one's sharper than ever. I tell you what. It's just gonna be an AI war. That is inevitable.
The handle is also a blade.
Yep. The handle is blade and it's pointed right back at us, but we just got to keep it far enough away.
Nah, when there was this one so recently in my cyber class, they were talking about, it was almost it was like borderline early artificial intelligence. It was this script, I can't remember, it was like it was something. It was like one of the most scary worm malwares that was out there.
The worm.
Yeah, and
like
so
Configure worm.
No, it was something different. But anyway, so like someone dropped a flash drive in a nuclear power plant, and they dropped it in the hallway, and somebody was like, "Oh, what's this?" They plugged it in.
Which is like the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah,
Never ever do that.
It organized itself inside like the network of the power plant and started like raising levels and stuff, but like at the same time it was making like the user interface just make everything look like it was fine. And so like it started like the process of melting down, but I mean obviously they caught it before. But either way, it's still out there. First of all, you can find the source code of it on GitHub. And some power plants are still having to deal with it because it's like damn near sentient. It's still attacking power plants.
Whenever an AI, especially an AI that is intent on destruction, becomes self-aware, and an AI that is truly self-aware would be capable of this. If you instruct, for instance, if you are the United States Army, and you got to keep the people safe, and so you create a super intelligent artificial intelligence that is self-aware and capable of making choices, and you teach it and instruct it to protect us. That would be capable of calculating answers to not only threats which exist, but also create countermeasures for threats that also don't exist.
Did you hear about the militarized robots in China?
I did.
What?
So there were like I think it was 4 robots, and
I know it's something that we really shouldn't be doing, but at the same time I can't help be happy because it's an impressive show of technology.
It's kind of crazy. It's kind of cool.
Impressive. It's
kind of cool. But
I'm like, ooh.
So what happened in China?
What happened was
there
were these 4. There were these 4 I think it was 4. So they started attacking they turned them on, gave them guns apparently, and they started attacking the researchers that were messing with them. And so they shut down the first 2 with like no issues. The third one killed like a few people. The fourth one they destroyed, but it was still like connected to the network. And it literally it started using a satellite to download information on how to rebuild itself.
People are not good enough at putting off switches in their experiments.
Nothing could go wrong with a militarized robot. What are you talking about?
Dude, in every experiment and project I plan to make, you need to have a almost like air gapped off switch. It needs to essentially like not be hooked up to the actual thing itself. The only wires should be hooking up to the power. The power should just flow through it. There should be no way that machine can talk back to it. The only way that it can be talked to is by like you. And the one signal you can send is stop. That's it.
They just didn't have that in mind.
Well, apparently the Chinese researchers
Give it connection to all the satellites. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. So let's also like, what was in it that allowed it to connect to satellites?
I don't know, but that's what they said, man. I don't
like,
know.
Strap it up with them 2.5 gigahertz.
It had that Cat 5 cable plugged in the back.
Cat 8, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The crazy stuff.
Give it that doggone millennia SATA.
Fiber optics type shit. My bad, I forget.
Nah, it's fine. You can say that one. It's fine.
Yeah, no, we only bleep the F.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Well,
Why is that?
because the algorithm, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
The algorithm. Not like the algorithm, man.
Nothing like the algorithm.
So what are y'all scared about?
Dictates what we say.
I got you.
Yeah, we live and die by the algorithm.
Live and die,
Censorship.
baby.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. If you talk about
Self-censorship
things that
through
the
the
algorithm
algorithm.
likes, you get more views. It's
Yeah.
I
Like,
got
for
you.
instance, if we
We
were
talked
to
about Andrew
talk
Tate.
about Andrew Tate, I was about to
Yeah.
say that.
No.
In fact, even just name dropping him.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
us
Andrew.
just now.
An-
Just now,
the
we're probably
old
like
Drew
45 minutes
Tate,
in.
man.
Wake up, guys. Wake up.
Wake
Wake
up,
up.
guys. We have to listen to the top G.
Right now, I'm gonna pull you out of the Matrix.
I'm about to push you in deeper.
I'm about to.
I'm about to push you into a matrix
Oh my
within the
God.
matrix.
I'm about
Sorry
to push
about
you
it.
into my Matrix.
Mercy.
Andrew Tate's actually just an AI.
And Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate could very well be AI.
I mean, he
Andrew Tate is just an online character who's rolling in money.
Andrew Tate is ChatGPT.
He's actually just
ChatGPT
like-
was personified.
Whenever I first saw him, I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's gonna make so much money on the internet. And he did.
And he did.
And he did.
and they're trying to lock him up now.
He got acquitted of that, I think.
No, yeah, they had no evidence against him. He
Yeah,
just
and
got
so-
put in jail.
and so it,
Really?
They just locked him up, yeah, because
Yeah.
of some allegations that he like kidnapped some girl. But they went on the CCTV footage, and the girl
Yeah.
literally went outside, got a pizza, went back inside from
Oh
the pizza
my.
delivery driver.
so you know.
And then everyone's like, haha, I told you so. I told you. So he's going to jail. Literally, like 2 days later. He
That was
just,
the most recent one?
yeah.
Oh my God.
It's
That's
comical.
ridiculous.
And
dude.
there's this other, I don't know. There's so much of like the same kind of story of just like, them thinking he's doing something that he's not because some girl gets mad that he's not giving them attention anymore or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Good.
It is
Keep talking
crazy.
about it.
Yeah,
More
dude,
algorithm.
right.
More
I
algorithm.
mean, you can just cut it.
Yeah, but
No,
no, we can't cut it, dude.
That's good for the
That's
algorithm.
good
Oh,
for
it's
the
good.
algorithm.
Oh, it likes
It
it.
loves
It
it.
lives the
Ah.
Andrew Tate. Yeah, yeah.
We
yeah.
love. Well, it like
It
They
likes people talking
programmed
about
it
him,
to hate the Andrew Tate,
but,
but they also like
people talking
the
about him.
people coming back for that content about it. So as long as they can put ads in front of the videos,
Do y'all know anybody that's in Hustlers University?
Yeah.
do we?
Yeah, I think he
Are
told
they
me
in
about
Hustlers?
this. I think he told me about this.
Told you, Ethan.
Yeah, and he was like, didn't he say it was just like a Discord full of?
Yeah, it's just a Discord full of
But-
like 12-year-olds.
Yeah, I know, but also, well, yeah, there's gonna be the people in there just like, oh, I want money, but like,
Hey, my mommy
but
credit
like,
card.
they have like, I think it's
I
like
saw your
a,
TikToks.
I think it's like a dozen or so like millionaires in there that like,
The millionaire mentors.
yeah, the millionaire
Yeah,
mentors.
so he showed me a chat with one of them, and they seemed like a 12-year-old too. I don't know that
Hey,
they're actually like,
ChatGPT's gonna give
verified.
them better advice.
Yeah, no doubt. No, like
Well,
straight
people
up.
actually make money from Hustlers University though.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
there's a lot more people getting money. Like, I mean, even if it's just like make like something just like nagging them to make money. Like, I mean,
Well,
they're
no,
still getting
listen.
more than the $50 they put in.
No, I would say there's more people that are spending $50 than are making $50.
But the people that are actually trying and using the program are most likely the ones that are
Oh yeah.
profiting
Well,
from
like anything, if you literally just look up online how to make money and then do one of the
ChatGPT,
things,
how to make $1,000.
yeah,
man.
literally, and then just do it, then you're gonna make $1,000. There's just no two ways
You
about
just
it.
got to put the
You
work
just
in.
got to do it.
That's just the world we live in today. Like you can just make money like that.
Because no one else wants to.
Yeah. Nobody else wants to, and nobody else really has the means or the knowledge to know how to do
Well, I
it.
mean, so many people are okay just working a 9 to 5 their whole life. They're like,
It's
okay,
ridiculous.
this is fun.
Yeah,
I will work paycheck to paycheck.
How is it that we're like, as you grow up, we're almost taught like a dream life is you grow up and you work your 9 to 5 Monday through Friday.
It's the brainwashing, man.
65. I'm like, what?
It's the brainwashing. You can't
You
have too
want-
many millionaires.
You want me to work a 9 to 5 until I'm 65?
That's so many hours just doing absolutely nothing.
You're funny.
Yeah.
Like you're really
no way.
funny. You really think that?
Well,
That ain't
also,
gonna happen.
I think one
That
of
ain't
the
gonna happen.
problems is too, we're like in the upper echelon of individuals at this point. Like we all have some college education, and we're all also like smart on top of that.
Dude.
You know?
I was talking to some people. So, like, we were, like, all writing our resumes and stuff. And I was, like, comparing, like, some of the things I've done and, like, especially, like, my GPA.
Sure.
Mhm.
And, like, I was talking to Xavier about this yesterday. Take a guess on what Xavier's GPA is.
3.7.
No. He's a 3.2. Just because he's not willed.
No.
He just doesn't have the will, man. And I was talking, I was
No.
like, dude, you can't do that, man. He was like, I don't know what happened, man. Everyone just started calling me smart. And I was like, well, I mean, you can be smart, but you have
When?
to actually have the. This was last night.
He said everyone started calling him smart.
Yeah,
and then
he-
his GPA dropped.
No, he was just like, I don't know why everyone thinks I'm smart. Everyone just started perceiving me as smart when I got to college. But like the thing is like I was comparing myself to like all these resumes that people were uploading. All the resumes, there was like 3.3 GPA. And I was like, dude, I
What?
thought I was like I thought I was below average with my like 3.6.
Yeah.
And no.
Well, it blew my mind when I got called up for that thing where I got recognized as the being
Oompa
in the top
Loompas.
10%.
The Oompa Loompa fraternity, is that what you're talking
that's
about?
that's
Oompa
something
Loompa
else.
fraternity?
That's something else. But no, I got recognized for being in the top 10% of
Well, hang
cyber
on.
or computer science majors.
I want to hear about the Oompa Loompa fraternity.
I'll
It's
tell you
not-
about that in a second. Anyway, I had a 3.83 when I got recognized as being in the top 10%. So I saw that and I realized it's ridiculous. The GPAs that the people have in computer science have got to be ridiculously low.
And my GPA, like just my major, not my cumulative, my
Yeah.
major GPA is probably like at least a 3.75.
Oh yeah.
Everything
yeah.
else is just like English and like, business
History.
math.
Yeah.
Yeah, history is a big
Arts
one.
or whatever.
Yeah, all those, they took my grade down by a big chunk.
Oh, no
Just
doubt.
because, who wants to do that, man?
Yeah. I just don't really get it how people can do poorly in college these days.
What are you going to do? What else are you going to, if you're in college doing something, what better things do you have to do?
Yeah.
Dude,
Some people,
Some
and
people-
the people that aren't doing well in college are always the people that aren't working either.
They're out there drinking. and
They're partying,
college is the time to drink and make, you can do that.
They
but,
say college is a time to make connections, and then the connections they make,
or with the alcohol.
they're alcohol, and then they don't even remember who they met.
They'll remember their favorite type of alcohol, though.
Yeah, they do remember their favorite type of alcohol.
I'll tell you what, you ever
Mike's
had a
hard.
freaking
Yeah,
Mike's
Bush
Hard.
Light mixed with a
I don't
lemonade.
even want to hear anything other than Mike's Hard.
like them all called that Mike's Hard Lemonade or something. What,
Let me tell you something about that White Claw.
what about it?
Ain't no law with the claw.
Anyways, what were we talking about before we went on like a mini rant?
Yeah,
about
that's a good
alcohol?
question, dude. What were we talking about?
Do not
The
remember.
fraternity. I was going to tell you about that. Yeah.
Oompa
So
Loompa fraternity,
Oompa Loompa
whatever.
fraternity. So UPE is Upsilon Phi.
It's Upsilon.
Upsilon
Oopsie.
Pi Epsilon.
It's Upsilon.
Upsilon?
Upsilon.
No, it's not.
That's what Xavier.
What?
That's what Xavier told me it was.
Upsilon.
Because
these
epsilon
nuts.
epsilon is an E.
What's the
What?
point of
Yeah, no, it's both. It's U and
of
then
being
E.
in a
And
frat?
Ah,
It's Upsilon and then
You like-
Epsilon.
I got you.
Isn't
both
it
of
like
them.
paying money to have friends?
So
or
no,
something?
it's not a frat. But he's in a frat, so we'll talk to
I am
him
in a
about that in
frat.
a second. It's not a frat. This one actually is like an honors
I don't even know what a
society.
frat is.
So he'll tell you. Honor societies are different. They started out as groups of individuals who, like, pretty much clubs, right? And now they're just ways of recognizing people who do well in certain areas. And UPEs for computer science.
Sounds dumb.
I mean, I
One
thought
more
so
thing to
too.
put on the resume.
I thought so too. It's just a resume builder. But
Free cookies.
All these
I thought it was
resume
gonna be
builders.
free cookies. I thought it was gonna be $60 for membership.
Yeah.
Turns out the university pays for it, so it's free membership.
Oh.
All I had to do was show up. So
And?
I showed up.
You showed up.
I showed up.
I'm
I got
so mad I didn't
cookies.
get that
You
email,
got
man.
cookies?
Yeah, he's so mad.
I didn't get the email. Man. I didn't
Dude,
get the memo.
if you had like a 0.2 higher GPA.
But Xavier has a 3
no,
point.
just joking.
Because Xavier was like, it's computer science and cyber, and I was like, well, according to like me comparing to everybody else in my class, I'm above average. Exactly.
So no, it's by invitation too, so they have to know you.
yeah, I know. I saw.
Got him.
Was that Tremel?
Tremel.
Dude, he looking good, man. He looks a lot better than when.
Really?
Yeah, he used to have like a little stash when I was in his
Tremel
class.
did?
Yeah.
Dang,
Now he
bro.
looks like he looked like a piece of marble.
Piece of marble, dude. He looks polished up like a rock.
Dude, he
Oh,
looked
God.
That
like
boy,
a
he
rock.
threw him in a tumbler.
Bro, I actually used him as like a reference. He doesn't even know me. I used him as a reference on one of the job applications I did.
How?
Well, because it was asking for like people that know like your
Coding ability.
yeah, your coding ability, and like so I put him for down for one of
Did
them.
you have 1301 with him?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. What do you think about that class?
everyone
Did you get an
bro, everyone is always like I hated learning Python. And I was like, what'd you have, Tremel? And they were like, no, I didn't learn much about it. And I was like, well, I had Tremel, and I learned a lot in his
A? Wait,
class.
did you have 1200 or 1301?
I took both.
So did you take Python with Tremel?
Yes.
Did you take C# with Tremel?
I think I took C# with Tremel.
C# with Tremel.
And I took
okay.
Python the next semester
With
after
Lawrence.
that. Yes.
Okay, yeah. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
But no, I learned a lot in that class, man.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, 1301 is sick.
He's a great teacher.
Yeah, he's a master with his slides. Like the presentation skills on that man are ridiculous. He will teach you anything.
If you just pay attention.
Yeah, you literally just have to sit in class. Like that's a class that you'll never have to do notes for. That's a class that you will never have to do homework. Never have to do like knowledge. Like
Does he have a PhD?
studying for. Yeah, he just got it recently
Oh.
in 2020.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a class that really, if you go to class and you pay attention, and then you do the labs, of course, and the labs and the homework problems, and the projects for code. Basically, like you go to class and then you code, you're gonna do great. You're gonna do great. They set it up to where really it shouldn't be hard. It's an introductory level course, so there's a lot of people. Also, it's required for cyber majors, like any cybersecurity major and computer science major, even though it really is on the computer science end of things. So because it is like for so many majors a required course, they have to make it easy enough to make sure that they can pass it and do well. So they do make it easy. It's an incredibly easy course, but you learn a lot.
Talk about an introductory course.
Yeah, and it's the foundation for everything that you're going to learn in the future coding-wise. So
Indeed.
I think they do a great job. I didn't actually learn a whole lot from the Python course.
I didn't take the Python course.
You don't need to, actually. It was
Bruh,
a
I took
it was an
I
elective
should
for
have
me.
not wasted my time with 1200. I had that
Well,
that Indian professor.
yes.
It
talked
was like
about it.
it was like Ram Kampala or something like that.
Okay, you have a different one.
But
Was it a dude or a girl?
it was a girl.
Okay, yeah, that girl too.
And
It's super
she
rough.
talks so fast,
I
and I'm
couldn't
also trying to
understand a
learn.
word.
I'm trying to learn a brand new language I've never seen in my life. Also, a freshman in
And new
college,
to coding.
new to coding, and I was like, man, you're talking so fast and with a hard accent. And I was like, man, I mean, I ain't no like against no Indians or nothing, but like it's kind of hard to learn.
Bro, so no, it
Yeah,
was
I mean-
ridiculous. So my class, they were I think my class was like the first year that they had implemented their Python course the way that they did it, and I don't think they've done it ever since. But very few people did well in the class I was in, and it kind of made sense because literally one of the first, like within the first 10 classes, we were talking about selection sorting, which is literally a sorting away. It's like an algorithm for sorting that you don't even learn about until 1302, which is like you've already taken the introductory computer science course.
Bada bing, bada bing.
And then it's like further on down the road. But the issue was Python was a 1200 level course. So it's technically below like the first introductory programming course.
Yeah.
So you should not be learning anything like that in there. Nothing like that.
Yep.
Yeah, there we sat learning how to selection sort.
Yeah, that's crazy compared to what I took. I took the C# course.
Yeah.
He was actually one of my
Tutors
or whatever they call them.
TA.
What do they call it? Yeah.
Undergraduate course assistant.
Yep. And
Because they gotta
that's
be
the
fancy
one.
with it.
Yep.
So yeah, at Tech they just call it TA.
And like it was pretty basic. I just took that knowledge and then inferred how to program in Python and a bunch of other languages.
Yeah. And it gives you a great foundation because every programming language works fundamentally the same way.
It just has different words.
Have you taken SQL yet?
Yeah. Oh, no. I have not taken it as a class.
Dude, Dave, you're struggling in SQL,
Really?
man. Yeah, his teacher's just terrible.
Who's he have?
I don't know, but like the way they're teaching it is like you first of all, and the one I had, I was given a database set, and then
For scripting and automation?
no, this is different. I was given
Database systems?
database system management, I think is what it's called. But so they provided me with my own query of just like all the information I needed, and but for him, they're making him make his own. And they're like, I was looking at the instructions they're giving him. Oh my, they're terrible. They're like so outdated. They're like,
has he asked ChatGPT how to do it?
I don't think so. He was turning in an assignment late last night.
That's a good way to learn how to do something. Is just ask like ChatGPT, like, hey, like, how do I make this piece of code? And then it's like, well, if you're doing that, you need to do this and that.
No, if you just put probably like one of the queries in there, it honestly probably just make it for, because they're not hard to make at all. Well, I mean, they're like SQL code is
making it for
select
you.
Star from
Is technically
yeah,
cheating.
exactly. Select from, left join, and then like it's like 5 lines of like code.
If you're still trying to like actually learn it,
no one needs SQL.
I don't know. If you're trying to actually learn it, you could ask it how to do it. If you're not trying to learn it, you could just have it do it for you.
Yeah. I think
that's AI for you.
I've actually found ChatGPT to be an incredible learning tool.
Yeah.
Like if you ask it things, if you want to learn something, it'll teach you.
It's the fact of the matter.
So man, yeah, we've been going for a while. Talked about AI, talked about school,
AI,
talked about Apple,
artificial intelligence,
AI,
machine learning.
Yeah.
No,
what are you planning on doing after school?
What do you mean?
He's gonna be a one of them preachers you watch on TV.
Yeah.
Those
I'm
guys.
gonna be an internet evangelist.
Give me your money for salvation. The Lord says, "Give me your money."
Hold on. There's too many demons on commercial planes.
Yeah, there's too many demons on commercial planes. I need a private jet.
And then the reporter's like, so if y'all don't know, the video I'm referring to is Kenneth Copeland. He's like possessed by a demon or something. And the video is just a reporter like talking to him. And she's like, is it true that you don't fly on commercial planes? And he's like,
I saw that clip. This clip is hilarious, dude. It's so funny.
Eventually, I don't know what he says, but eventually she's like...
He dodges the question so hard.
Yeah, he dodges the question, and then she's like, so are you saying you just don't like people or something like that? And he's like, no, I did not, and you don't ever say that I did.
Yeah, he got so mad.
He got so angry, dude. And then the weirdest part about it was, to me, like, every now and then, like, he throw in a little smile. It was, like, so uncanny. That man looks like he's made of wax. Like, he looks like a wax figure that's been animated.
I was watching a video recently about, like, those large church organizations that are just scams. They're just out
so
for your
many
money.
of them.
Like their sole purpose is to just scoop out all your dollars.
Yeah.
And they do it through like guilt
Scientology.
tripping. They're like, if you're not doing
And
like
people-
10% of your revenue,
just like happily just like fork over, like, you need to give another $1,000 to the Lord today. And then
the Lord wants to bless you, and He can't bless you until you give me $1,000.
Yo, rent money.
if
you
you
don't
don't
need
want
housing.
your house to burn down, you need to give $10,000 over the next 2 months.
And then I hate the ones that are like prophesying. They're like, I hear that the Lord will cause a death in your family.
If you do not donate $500.
Exactly.
tonight.
The Lord needs $500 right now to spare your family.
I'm trying to buy a new Mercedes, and the Lord needs.
Oh my! No, I was at this one church. So you know where like Adventure Crossing is?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like this
That's
old
much, yeah.
laser tag place, and they used this church used to be in like it was like a storage unit pretty much. It was like a big
Storage
It was like a big warehouse.
Warehouse.
And so yeah, they moved there and bought that place for like $500,000.
Good
That's
Lord.
a lot of money.
And they got there, and then I went to like one of their first like 2 things,
Yeah.
and they were like, "We need your money more than ever. Like the church is gonna suffer, and God is gonna cry if you don't donate your money."
They said God is going to cry.
Something along the lines of that.
funny.
And
That's
it's
so
like,
funny.
man, why did y'all buy a $500,000 facility if you can't pay for it?
That's how nonprofits work.
No. But
No, but realistically,
That
yeah,
is how
that's-
nonprofits
that-
work.
they
no,
bought new
realistically-
go-kart.
No,
money.
no, listen, that's poor money management. That's
Bruh.
just the bottom
Oh
line.
yeah, no.
The go-karts that they had there at the go-kart track, they bought new ones. And then started asking for money. And then like
No.
I went to this like so like the only reason
Salvation.
I was there with these
What
friends.
church needs go karts?
Dude, I don't know,
that
man.
one.
But I went to this like this summer trip. It was fine the year beforehand. I'd gone because like my friends from school go, and I went. And then they're like, "Oh no, we're not gonna go do the fun events that y'all thought were on the itinerary. We're gonna do yard work because this place needs its weeds trimmed."
What?
So they gave us like we're all like 15, 14. They gave us like weed whackers and like all this other. They gave me a weed. I've never used a weed whacker. What
Wait,
the
for
heck?
real?
Nah,
Oh, man.
they gave me
You've
they
been
gave us
missing out.
they gave us all these weed whackers, and I was just like going around the weeds, and then this man came up to me. He was like, "You're not doing that right," and then shoves the weed whacker in the sand and breaks it. But anyway, he broke the weed whacker, man.
He comes up, grabs out here. You're not doing it right.
Right.
He
He
proceeds
broke
to
it within
break
like
it.
2 seconds of having it.
Oh my god.
And
That's so funny.
they were getting all these 15-year-olds instead of like going to like Quest Church, which is where like the main event was, where like you're doing actual fun stuff.
Mhm.
They were having us like carry bags and like wheelbarrows of rocks around and like clearing all the weeds, and like
That's
there was like this little
incredible.
river that goes in the mini golf thing.
Yep.
They had us down in there cleaning out like the sludge and stuff, and I was like, dang,
What the
we
heck?
really paid y'all for this little.
We paid y'all.
We
to
played y'all for this camp to do yard work,
That sucks.
and we
That's
didn't even get to use the go karts.
That sucks.
We didn't even get to use.
I
the
was
go-karts.
about to ask
Didn't
that.
even
You
No.
anticipated my question.
They didn't let us use the go
That
karts.
sucks.
I did get to
dude.
use them
Didn't get to use
eventually,
the go-karts.
Okay.
but
But not that time.
We don't have
Nah.
any good go-kart tracks in our area, do we? Really?
yeah, I'll bleep that word out.
They have a go kart now.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the church. I'm pretty sure it's open to. I'm pretty sure it's
ride a
open.
go kart on a Sunday morning.
I think
Well,
it's.
I
I think
gotta
it's
do.
open to the public actually. Like you can.
Oh, for real?
I think you might have to pay like a small fee. You just go
Pay
do
a
some.
small fee.
I'll pay a small fee any day, bro. And it's going to the Lord's work.
Going to the
Okay.
going to the Lord's work.
But they
Going to
have.
make Colin's little ass do yard work. Okay.
Nah, man. And the mini golf course, I drove by it the other day, back covered in weeds, man.
No. Bro, so they better be putting my money to work actually paying somebody to do it.
And they're over here like rebuilding the place, and I was like, my childhood is going away, man. What's going on here?
Good Lord.
They got rid, bruh. The laser tag arena
Yeah.
turned it into the main church area with like.
No.
Yeah, it's like with all the steeples and stuff.
Wow, I remember that so vividly, dude. That place, I remember that place like really like it was yesterday that I went there.
All my birthday parties would be
Oh, really?
it would
Adventure
be
Crossing?
there or like the Red Ring Rollerway.
Okay. That's dope, dude. Anyway, man, we've talked about so many different things tonight.
We can't even wrap it all up.
Nah, we can't. So I
What
guess
should the people even comment?
Dude, they have to comment if they've ever been to a go-kart track. I really want to know, dude.
What is your church horror story? What guilt did they put upon
What
you?
guilt did they impose upon you? Man. So I guess without further ado, go check out our Instagram at the Minimum Wage Pod.
Yep, and be sure to check out our Clips channel, MWP Clips, on YouTube. We're on YouTube and Spotify with all of our stuff and things.
Yeah, give us a like and subscribe for more content.
Yeah.
This has been Collin Talley. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy to be here, man. Oh, my bad. I was gonna look that way eventually, man. I would have gotten it. I was just so infatuated by Dalen's eyes. It's it's very distracting.
This has been
the Minimum Wage Podcast.
Or even
the name is above our pay grade. Peace.